Yo, Ricky, can you repost that thing? Repost the link that I posted? Yeah. Thank you. What's going on, guys? How you doing? M. Ginger, Arthur, Hamza, Yash, BV Fit. What's going on? Nalish, how you guys doing today? Another big day at MSL. All right, so let's just get it started here. I know it took a little extra time to get started. We were having some technical difficulties, but we're here today. Obviously, very crazy day in the markets today. We hit that. We've been talking about this channel for weeks and weeks and weeks, right? Every day on post market, I have the same setup showing up. I have, hopefully you guys can hear me, or else I'm just talking to myself. Have that same channel set up on last Friday. What's up, Gokul? How you doing, man? I see the same people in here every day. I see the same people making gains every day. Is it a coincidence? So we're at this top of the channel on Friday. This morning we opened up right at the top of the channel. It was a very obvious dump from the morning. What wasn't obvious was the comeback that happened. So this morning I was telling you guys, don't overtrade, save some cash. There's going to be a lot of opportunities this week, especially with the Fed talking. There's going to be a lot of volatility. And we seen right at the morning, we rejected right off that channel. Look at this. Look where the wick is. Look where we came down. And look at the hard rejection that happened after. What was surprising was this turnaround in the middle of the day, but we should have known by now, the last year, every single dump has been followed by a V-shaped recovery. So all of us made nice gains today. Everything was good. Everything looks healthy, bullish. What we do have to watch out for tomorrow is, since we're right back at the top of the channel, tomorrow morning, if we hit this top of the channel again, you can expect some bad news from Fed Powell. So sometimes news correlates with charts, sometimes news destroys charts. But tomorrow, if Fed Powell, if it's right at the top of the channel, the most likely reaction to the Fed tomorrow will be down. So just keep that in mind. Don't overtrade tomorrow or today. You've seen even me, I'm usually jumping in 3-4 trades a day. Today I took just Amazon, I think. And Amazon paid, so that's all you really need to know. Everything else looks fine, bullish. We're still in the channel. If we do pull back on SPY, the first support is the 8-day moving average at 429.33. Second support is 425.42, which is a 21-day. So just remember those two levels, the 8-day and the 21-day. And then after that, if we break through both of those, we have the bottom of the channel as support. Yeah, so exactly what BV7 said. We're still buying the dip, selling the rip. Until it doesn't work anymore, that's what we're going to keep doing, because nothing else has changed right now. With the Fed pumping this much money in, we're still going up. I mean, you've seen bears on Twitter. There's so many people bearish on Twitter. They keep getting smashed and they still don't learn their lesson. I don't get it. Oh yeah, of course. So we have QQQ XLF here. I usually keep it on the same screen. We got QQQ. We had that huge dip in the morning. So in the morning we were holding up. So exactly what I've been saying. It's the exact same pattern. You see QQQ off the open. We ripped up. XLF dumped down. QQQ held the market sideways when it was going sideways, but XLF was still falling. So this is almost matched up time frame too. Then we got a bounce on XLF, and that's where we dumped on QQQ. So it's exactly the opposite as usual. But today, what happened was when QQQ started ripping in the middle of the day, XLF stayed sideways. That's what allowed SPY to rip all day. So that's all I'm saying. Every time you're watching SPY, you need a chart of QQQ and XLF up. If one of them's going sideways, the other one's going up, SPY will go up. If both of them are dumping, SPY will dump. If both of them are ripping, SPY will rip. So just keep an eye on that. CRM, we did. Obviously, we had this huge rip in the morning. I wanted to hold this level of 251. I sent this out in the chat last night. I don't know if you guys seen it. These are the only levels to watch on CRM. We got that huge channel breakthrough. This is from last earnings in last August. It's almost been a full year since they've been this high. And right now, we haven't made a move. We haven't even made it back to the same price we were at last August. So that's why I like CRM a lot. People thought they overpaid for Slack, which used to be the ticker WORK. And just for a whole year, we've just been in this descending channel down here. Ripped through the top. 251, I sent these levels last night. 251.23 and 267 are the next levels. So we needed to hold above 251 today. We did not, unfortunately, but everything still looks fine. This hourly consolidation here that I drew out last week, we already took out that level at 246. Yeah, so we closed above 246, so that's one resistance gone. Hopefully tomorrow we can close above the second resistance at 251. And if we close above 251, the next level up is 267. So that's all we're watching on CRM. We need to close above 251, next level 267. Sava looks great. We closed above 92.50. I sent this chart last night too. These are the only levels you need to be watching is 92.50 and 100. So we closed above 92.50 today. Yeah, 92.80. We closed above 92.50 today. We've just been riding the 8-day moving average all the way up on the daily. Barely ever closed below it. I think we closed below it maybe one day. Yeah, one day we closed below it, but that's not even a big deal because it just kept going. So tomorrow, let's look for follow through. Remember, I drew this chart on the DXY as well. Sometimes it just makes a new high. So huge run up, new high, consolidation, comes back to test that resistance. Sometimes it forms a handle, which would be known as cup and handle. Sometimes it just rips right through. So let's look for a follow through to $100 next. DXY, the dollar, same pattern that I was showing you. See this dollar? You see how it just ripped through instead of consolidating? But this was a false breakout. It came back down and today it ripped it again. So this is a cup and handle. So just keep watching the dollar. It will make equities weak, but so far it's done nothing but strengthen up tech. Alibaba is a broken chart. I keep saying it. I know that we are in. The hardest thing in trading is when you're actually in a position to realize that it's going against you. A lot of people will make excuses. They'll try to look at different time frames and see like, oh, this could be support, this could be support. But once a chart's broken, you just have to admit that it's broken and just move on. I will not be adding any BABA until China looks better to me. Right now, we do have this weekly support. I still have my 2023 leaps for BABA, so I never bailed on it or anything. I know my 240s for this week are going to go to 0. I don't really care. Weekly, the resistance line right here came right back down and tested it on the weekly. So that's one positive. Another positive is the next support down is 206. So it's only $5 more down. And that is a very important inflection point. If we break 206, this chart is broken for months in my opinion. If we hold either this weekly resistance line or this 206, I think we can bounce back hard because BABA is undervalued and there is a couple catalysts coming up. If they relist JEDI on Apple App Store, that's one positive catalyst. If they smash earnings, that's another possible catalyst. So just keep an eye on China. For right now, it's an avoid for me. JEDI, again, another gap down, looking ugly, broken chart. What I mean by broken is this was the low, right? Remember what I always teach you guys. This was the low, then we got a higher high and a higher low, and then another higher high. But when you're consolidating, you do not want to see volume like this. You do not want to see this much of the move given up. Like the low here on JEDI was $70.40. We moved all the way up to $80.27. And now we closed today at $72. So it basically gave back all the move except $2. Okay, so you never want to see a move like that on consolidation. That's called unhealthy consolidation. We also closed below the 50-day. We closed below the 8 and 21-day. There's absolutely nothing bullish on this chart right now. We don't need to catch falling knives. We'll wait for it to reverse and then we'll jump back in. You guys know how much we love Chinese stocks. We're not going to miss them. Facebook had an ugly day today in lots of people's eyes. But all I see is this huge bull run, bull flag, resistance, retest, huge lower wick, which means lots of people bought the dip and we closed above that resistance line. Facebook could go absolutely insane tomorrow. Why? Because both times it's held this previous resistance as support. So the only level you need to be watching in Facebook now, this is a bullish pattern by the way. So the only level you need to be watching in Facebook right now is this 356.75 level. So just watch 356.75, 357. And once it crosses there, it could be a very bullish setup. We'll see what happens. Again, look at the low volume on consolidation. Look at the retest on the wedge. On the resistance, and that's all you have to watch, and there's not a lot of volume up here, so it can move a lot quicker than normal. CMLF, ugly close today. I wanted to close above 1335 was the previous resistance. Look where we rejected today. The high of the day was 1336. The resistance line I had drawn was 1335, so that should tell you whatever. Obviously, this one, we're still in this channel that we drew out weeks ago, so not really a big deal right now. We should get a reversal soon. Let's see if we close above 1335 tomorrow. It could make its way back up to 1468 again. We still have 2 weeks on these contracts. I'm not too worried about CMLF. Amazon, the absolute winner for the last Friday and today. Look at this candle. Someone was saying it was dumping at the end of the day when it was down 0.03%. I mean, it's up 4.7% on the day. So that 0.3% really doesn't matter at all. Look at the volume that came in Friday and today. So we thought Friday was a big day. Look at the volume today. This is almost double the volume, money volume that came in today than it did Friday. Look at the candle. Like, can you get any more bullish than that? And if you want to get even more bullish, zoom out to a monthly chart. Look at last time it broke this kind of consolidation. This is, okay, let's just do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 months of consolidation right here led to a 1,000-point move. Or no, it led to almost a double. So we went from 1,600 all the way to 3,500. So almost a $2,000 move after 17 months of consolidation, right? So right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11-month consolidation. Last time we got 17 months of consolidation with a $1,500 move. This time we got 11 months. So let's see what happens on the monthly. This is a huge breakout. And look at this. Look at this close. Everything looks so sexy. Every single time frame on Amazon looks great right now for continuation. So we're all loaded. We still have Amazon. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Shopify had one of the strongest closes in the entire market today. Look at this beautiful bull flag pointed out by G. Dougal, who's way better at charting than he was when he joined. Beautiful breakout. Look at the volume. Look at the bar. Like, these charts are absolutely beautiful right now. Going for all-time highs on Shopify is 1552. Today we missed that by $11. So the next resistance on Shopify is 1552, and after that is blue skies with no resistance above. Looks absolutely great. CCIV looked weak today. We have the name change at the end of July, so that might be the next catalyst for that one. Obviously, we look great on the chart. We put in the higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we need to put in a higher low before we continue up. 3254 is the next main resistance. That might only come after that catalyst of a name change. We got plug. I still have those $35 calls for this week. I still have a few. Let's see where this one is going. Plug looks fine. I mean, same setup kind of. We put in the low, then we put in a higher high, higher low. This was not a higher high, which is not good, but this was a higher high. So right now, all we need to do, technically in the long term for plug, we need to put in a low higher than $29, and then the next high should be higher than this level right here. So just watch plug. It doesn't look bad, doesn't look like anything's wrong with it. You've seen on consolidation we had decreasing bear volume. Today we had more bull volume than we did on Friday, but let's see, that wick on top is kind of worrying. See if we get some continuation there. Apple looks absolutely great as well. You've seen all the money was coming into Apple and Amazon today. And we have called this like at least 10 or 15 times. We told you Google and Facebook have been ripping highs for weeks. Apple and Amazon have not moved at all. So the next flow should be into Apple and Amazon. Apple and Amazon, look at the rips, man. Daily looks great. I mean, we are a little extended, so it's hard to take longer term positions here, but for lottos and like shorter term options, these are great charts. Weekly on Apple, look at this clean support that it held. Very clean reversal here. Next level for Apple is 145, which is the all-time high. After that, blue skies. And just keep an eye on Apple and Amazon. Let's see if they continue. Faye, Ricky said it today. We're still in those leaps for next January. I don't know why TradingView has this little glitch. It says yesterday Faye went down to $0, but just ignore that. We've just been completely sideways on Faye. Ever since that monthly breakout from December, we've been completely sideways. So what we're looking for on Faye right now is this monthly breakout. We need 25.53. So as soon as it goes 25.53, ignore this lower wick. This is a glitch on TradingView right now. It said it went to $0 yesterday. I don't know why. But through 25.53, Faye can go all the way to $50 just based on the chart. So I'm still holding my leaps. I'm not worried about them at all. I don't watch it every day. But if you want to play it short term, I mean, it's due for a breakout soon. It's been in the same range since it broke out, since December, like I said. So it's been 7 months that it hasn't done nothing. So when it does move, it will move big. 25.53 is a magic number. Tesla ugly day. Tesla was probably the weakest stock I seen today. Every single other stock was ripping. Tesla down big. We broke bearish through that bull flag, which is not a good sign. Held down all day, no real movement, nothing really changed. Look at this beautiful flag right here, and it broke down in a big way. Down 3% right off the morning. We got a little tiny bounce at the end of the day, but we closed near the low of the day, so nothing on Tesla for me bull-wise. This is why we dumped so quickly. Look at this big empty space here. This is called thin air. There's no volume in there. There's nobody buying in there. The buyers step in down here. The sellers step in up here. So this right here, it can free flow move. So if tomorrow Tesla gets another bearish day, we can easily go right back down to 630. 630 to the downside, and if we get bullish action tomorrow, we can go straight to 673. So that's my range on Tesla. Obviously, Goldman Sachs plays it every day. He has great levels as well. If you guys want to remember those levels, you can. Neg, obviously, we called out this play to a T. One new member in my stock life brought a neg to my attention with 140% short interest or something. We realized that that wasn't right at first, but why did we play it? That whole gamma squeeze situation. I explained the whole thing to you. I told you $27 we wanted. We got $27, hit my price target, and I sold. Do I give a shit if it goes to 35.40? I might cry a little bit, but I don't really care because I hit my price target and sold. But right now, neg looks great. Just for gamma squeeze, I have no idea what the company does. I know a lot of people were telling me, oh, they do e-commerce, they do this, they do that. I couldn't give more of a shit. I made my money on it, I made 400%, I'm out. So let's see if it sets up for us again, or else I don't care about it ever again. Riot, nice little recovery at the end of the day there. Strong open, weak day, strong close. So right now, it's just in the range. Again, nothing to say about Riot much. We'll see what happens with Bitcoin. Again, it does run with Bitcoin, but at the same time, China keeps banning Bitcoin miners. So if China keeps banning their miners, that's bullish for Mara and Riot, like I pointed out today in the morning. Let's see what happens with Riot. I want it to, ideally, this is a huge space. So remember how I said when you change trends, you have to set higher highs and higher lows? This is the low right here. We set a higher low here. We set a higher low here. Now we're looking for the next higher low before we take out another higher high. So that's all we're watching on Riot right now. Let's see if we have a trend line. I doubt it, but let's see. Just watch that for right now. Let's see, so Riot has to hold above 33. We have till August 20th, so I'm not worried about these calls at all. You see all this volume down here too. That's why it's moving so slowly. Once it gets above this $41 level, it can really fly. And then we have Space giving up all the gains. I know a lot of people were bullish. Remember, the first time Space news came out, we actually absolutely crushed them. And I didn't hold my contracts long enough. I sold them for 1,200%, 1,300%. I could add 2,000, 2,500%, whatever. I don't really care. So this time around, when they released the news, I knew right away that this was going to be a sell the news event. Because they already announced this news indirectly. And the only thing that could have changed is that when they actually do the flight and when they release tickets to go out of space. So that's the only thing that can really move space in a positive direction right now, with a successful flight, or if they actually start selling tickets. Because right now it's just a fantasy company. Like, I know they're giving all these great price targets and everything, but the market has showed you for the last 2 months they only care about sales and earnings, and Space has none of either. So the only positive catalyst right now in my mind is a successful launch, which I will not be holding on to. I mean, if Russell Branson blows up in space, this stock's going to $5. If they don't have a successful launch, they don't have a successful landing, then they have no future earnings yet either. So there's nothing positive unless they have a successful launch and they start selling tickets. So that's my view on Space. I still have those vertical calls for August. We'll see if we can get out of them. I mean, they were up 50% today, but I still didn't sell. I don't know why. I probably want to get out of here. But if it does fall below this 42 level, I will start looking around $30 for a longer term entry, just in case we have a successful launch. I won't take a lot, but I will not add to a long-term Space until we get down here around $30. Yeah, so I hope you guys had a great day. Recycle news, LB. Yeah, okay, BV7, good memory. Okay, so I'll tell you guys one thing. What happens is sometimes the news channels, they release news. 80% of the stock market is run by algorithms. It's not retail trading, it's not hedge funds, it's not whatever. It's all computer-based algorithm trading. So what happens is when news hits the wire or news gets released, algorithms take over right away. So what happens is, like, say I release Tesla news that's 3 weeks old on my Twitter, and people actually watch my Twitter, which they don't. Algorithms will pick up that news, they'll dump the price right away. You see the news, you realize that you've seen that news like 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago, you know it's recycled news, you can jump in on that dip. Because as soon as the algorithms realize, algorithms will always react quicker than you to news, but they won't react to fake news quicker than you. So that's the advantage we have as human traders. If you know it's recycled news, you can jump in on that dip and just watch the price soar right back up. So that's all I wanted to tell you guys. Algorithms, probably more than 80%, 85 to 90% of the market is ran on algos. So you have to figure out ways to beat those algos if you want to day trade. So that's all I want to tell you guys. Thank you guys for attending. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you guys made a lot of money today. Easy. Easy.